Now, it's time to know if Pi Network can be able to still hit $2 despite what Binance is doing, and to also know why Pi Network is not listed yet on major exchanges. Let's go, guys. So when you come to CoinMarketCap right now, you're going to see that so far, Pi Network has dropped one step lower. Currently, it is at the 22nd position. It was in the 21st position where Bitcoin Cash is, but right now it has dropped with the market cap of $6 billion. Over $6 billion. Pi Network is dipping right now with the current price of 94 cents, right? Now, the question is, should you even invest in Pi Network, or it is going to crumble? So that's what we're going to be talking about in this video, right? But before we do that, let's take a look at the fundamentals right now and how it's looking on the inside. When you click Pi Network open right now, you're going to see that the market cap, of course, is 6.38 billion. The trading volume, the 24 hours trading volume is 287.41 million, and that's increased about 14.50%, right? The FDV is 94 billion, right? And then the circulating supply is 6 billion. Now, there are also rumors flying around that Pi has been burning some coin. We can't know for a fact because Pi Network has even not been communicating the way they should communicate, right? So we don't know if they're actually burning some tokens, some coins right now, or it is just because of the 2FA developments. It's just because they reversed people's coin back to the Pi app. So we don't know if they are actually burning right now. But a large amount of Pi coins have left the circulating supply. So I want to believe that some could have been burned, right? Some could have been burned. Not everything was reversed back to the Pi app, right? That's what I think for a fact, right? And then looking at the market, let's just look at the confidence level and see what it looks like. Now, everything is still looking high so far. Every single thing is looking high, right? Even if the market is looking like it's going down, I do not think that Pi Network is going to go down. One thing that I know is now is the time for you to invest. For those of you that are scared to invest in Pi Network, you might miss out on something very, very good, because the fact that it's looking so low right now might make people want to be scared of investing. That's one thing about crypto. It will just catch you unawares. Now, the question that most of you have been asking, why is Pi struggling to get listed on major exchanges? Let's take a look at this article that was posted on Binance Square saying Pi is struggling to get listed on major exchanges. Now, Pi Network launched with massive hype, attracting millions of users who mined the token in anticipation of a major exchange listing. But despite its popularity, Pi remains absent from top-tier platforms like Binance and Bybit, which are the major exchanges that we have right now. A listing on these exchanges could significantly boost its value, giving it more credibility and market access. However, the wait continues, and now crypto analyst Dr. Altcoin has pointed to a major reason for the delay. Transparency issue within the Pi core team, still the same thing we've been talking about. I now better understand why Pi is not listed on major exchanges such as Binance and Coinbase. It is likely that the Pi core team has not been transparent enough about the locking and burning mechanism involving the billions of Pi coins currently owned by the PCT. Lack of transparency is why I think Pi are not getting the trust they should get so far. With the hype they got when they launched, they are not supposed to be at the level they are right now. And the reason why they are currently at the level they are right now is because they've not been transparent enough. If only Pi core team can be a little bit more transparent about their dealings, you are going to see a crazy surge in the market, right? Now, for example, we all saw that the supply was reduced, but we did not know how it came about. We were only able to investigate that 2FA was one of the reasons why that got reduced. But then again, even if it is a good thing that the supply got reduced, we need to know why the supply got reduced. So we should expect what is to come. That's basically where the problem is. Now let's continue. Recently, the circulating supply dropped to 6.77 billion after 10 million coins were removed. Dr. Altcoin believed this move was an attempt to control the prices before a token unlock, right? Without transparency, such altcoin could raise concern about potential price manipulation, which may be why Binance and other exchanges remain hesitant. If I were in their shoes too, I would be hesitant to list Pi coins because I'm not getting as much details as I should get about the project. That makes sense, makes perfect sense. Now, not everyone agrees with Dr. Altcoin take, Some Pi network supporters argue that delay isn't about transparency, but rather the team refusal to pay listing fee. Many projects spend millions to secure a spot on major exchanges, but Pi developers are reportedly holding out for a free listing, which naturally takes longer. So they don't want to pay for listing. So that's another reason why they are not getting listed, because they do not want to pay for listing. They are waiting for the free listing to get that credit enough for the exchanges to list them. They want to prove to the world that they don't have to pay before any exchanges would want to list them. I get that. That makes sense. Now, another question you should even ask now, with the price of Pi Network right now sitting at less than $1, do you really think it can hit $2 and even go higher than that? Let's find out in this article. Now, we're going to look at this article now. It said, can Pi hit $2 despite Binance blow? The crypto market experienced another busy week with major events shaking up the landscape. The US Federal Open Market Committee made its decision, and the long-time running XRP lawsuit was finally resolved, bringing relief to the community. However, the Pi network faced some tough challenges. The migration and know your customer process are now complete, but many users were unable to claim their tokens. As a result, Pi fell behind the market, leading to doubts about whether now is a good time to buy. Now, among the top 100 currencies, Pi was the worst performer last week, right? We all saw that, losing more value than the rest. A big blow came when Binance refused to list Pi. They stated that any token not listed on the Binance Smart Chain is not eligible for a vote, disqualifying Pi from consideration. I believe that all this is just a propaganda. All these excuses. Since when do you start discriminating based on the blockchain a particular coin is built on? I feel like a lot of discrimination is going on here. Well, let's just hope it's not what we think. Now, the next question is, what is next for the price of Pi? The Pi token dropped below the $1 mark after hitting an all-time high of $3 following its open network launch on February 20. It hit the low of around 70 cents, right? Leaving many investors uncertain about the future. However, it has now bounced back, trading at around 96 cents. Pi is trying to survive. Despite the turndown, analysts are spotting potential for a rebound, and there are signs that a breakout could happen. If the support level holds strong, Pi could push back towards $2, right? Now, the trading volume saw an initial spike, but later declined, showing that the sellers are currently in control, weakening the momentum of buyers. After a 3% drop, the price is approaching the critical 70 cents support level. And if this breaks, it could lead to further drop, potentially down to 10 cents. Now, take note of this. Despite the downturn, analysts are spotting potential for rebound, and there's a sign that a breakout could happen. If this support level holds strong, Pi could push back to $2. Now, the support level we are looking at right now is around 60 cents to 80 cents. If the support level is strong enough to hold Pi, Pi is going back up. And when it goes back up, and it breaks that resistance, it is going to get to $2 and even more than that. So that's one thing you should have in mind. So Pi is just like every other cryptocurrencies. The technology might be different from others, but one thing still remains a fact. It is a cryptocurrency, and it's going to behave like a cryptocurrency. One thing that the PiCo team needs to do is they should be more upfront, they should be more transparent with their updates. Other than that, Pi Network is good. Pi Network is a good project. So guys, that's basically what the update will be about for today. If you like this content, kindly help me destroy that like button, and also subscribe to my channel to get more Pi Network related updates like this one. So guys, that will be the end of today's video. I'm going to see you in the next one, but until then, bye for now.